Welcome to today's video. We will be looking at the early life and the current story of Modern Warfare's Vladimir Makarov, who is portrayed by Julian Kostov. Makarov is a character that many fans remember due to his incredibly ruthless work as a terrorist back in the original Modern Warfare trilogy. He orchestrated one of the most infamous missions in Old Russian, began World War III, and almost ran Captain Price into madness. Vladimir Makarov would make his long-awaited return in the rebooted Modern Warfare 3. I think this version of the character can be one of the best villains in the series if he is handled better from now on. And as you guys know, I'm working on these videos to expand our knowledge of the lore within Call of Duty. I have covered the stories of Modern Warfare and Black Ops from 1961 to 1984, and we have looked at the individual careers and lives of Captain John Price, Sergeant McTavish, Commander Graves, and many more. In order to keep our videos fresh, I decided to take a deeper look into the characters themselves, and today we will take a look at the ultranationalist Vladimir Makarov. Our focus is to look at his early life and career. We will briefly cover the events of the game from Makarov's point of view. Thank you guys for joining me, and welcome to the early life and the story of Vladimir Makarov. Vladimir Makarov was born in the suburbs of Moscow in the year 1980. And Makarov's early childhood consisted of seeing his father meet with high-ranking officials in Russia, as his father was a politician with a high rank himself. However, when the Soviet Union fell, it destroyed Makarov's family and his way of life. One morning, he woke up and he found his father dead. He had hung himself, as the demise of the Soviet Union was too much to bear. As time went on, Makarov became angry and began to despise his father's apparent weakness, as well as the Soviets for their failures. Makarov wanted to be different, and so he joined the Russian military in 1998 at just 18 years of age. Makarov had a lot of potential during his time in the military, as he had a natural ability for strategic planning. However, he would defect from the Russian military years later, and he would become a part of Barkov's forces and assist in the general's mission to maintain control of Urzikstan. Makarov believed in Barkov's mission and became a big admirer of the general. However, Makarov felt an extreme amount of embarrassment and failure when the ULF took back control of Urzikstan and destroyed Barkov's gas lab in Georgia, which also led to the general's death. Makarov would take this hard and would make it his mission to continue the work that the general intended to do, as well as destroy the ULF and Urzikstan in the process. Makarov went back to Russia and asked for the help of the Kremlin. He wanted permission to take back Urzikstan, as he felt that the ULF made a mockery out of Russia. However, the Kremlin did not agree, nor did he sanction the takeover of Urzikstan in the first place, and so he would strip Makarov of all his previous military honors and his military rank. Angry and embarrassed, Makarov would join the Konni group, which is a Russian ultranationalist PMC, which is believed to have been formed in 2018. Makarov would plan his first terrorist attack on April 6, 2019, alongside Konni. Makarov would attack the Verdansk Stadium to get the attention of Russia's government. However, the United States would catch wind of this, and General Shepard would send Captain Price of the British Special Air Service and Sergeant McTavish to capture Makarov. Makarov would be captured by Price and Soap. However, Makarov's real target would then be revealed.
Simon Riley, I expected you to stay at the airport and die there.
If you want to live, do not threaten my men, Vladimir.
Are we on first-name basis? Herschel.
So you know names. Anyone could read a bloody dossier. What's the rest of your plan?
This.
What do you mean, this?
Amazing. You're all dumber than you look.
I asked you a question.
And I have a question for you. What time is it?
What the hell do you care what time it is?
Timing is everything, General. I think we'll all remember this moment. Some more fondly than others.
The airport! He pulled us off target!
As the airport in Verdansk would explode, and having planned for almost any outcome, Makarov already had done his research on Price, Soap, and Ghost, these Special Air Service members tasked with catching him on that day. This would put them on Makarov's hit list, and one thing that can be certain with Vladimir is that he does not forget, nor does he forgive. After being captured, Makarov would be handed over to the Russian government, and the Kremlin would sentence him to life in a maximum security gulag. Now, currently Makarov has been seen entering Rebirth Island, and he is there for reasons unknown. However, it is believed that he is planning something extremely big and dangerous. Makarov was seen as an example to follow for others disillusioned with the Russian government. He could almost been seen as another Barkov, and due to this he would still plan and execute missions for the Konni group to partake in, and it is believed that he may have bribed a few soldiers inside of the gulag as he was able to communicate with his closest associates in Ivan Alexeyevich and Andrei Nolan from the confines of the gulag. In 2022, Makarov orchestrated the intersection and capture of 3 United States missiles that were being transported by the Shadow Company on General Shepard's orders. Makarov would instruct Konni to give these missiles to Hassan Ziani as he planned revenge on the West following the assassination of his general. A year later, in 2023, Makarov led an operation to secure chemical gas, which was located in Al-Mazrah, via a burner phone that would be picked up by the Shadow Company. This would lead to Makarov being outed as still leading the Konni group from the confines of the Gulag. The Shadows would eventually secure most of the chemical gas that Makarov was after. However, the ultranationalists had planted Ivan and Andrei within the Shadows, and they would take out members of Graves' Shadow Company and steal the remaining chemical gas. However, Makarov knew that it was time for him to go back out into the world and truly kickstart things. A few months later, in November of 2023, Makarov would be broken out of the Gulag by the Konni group, which was led by his second-in-command, Ivan Alexeyevich.
Это только начало.
All teams, we have him. Moving in 30. Для меня это большая честь, командир Макаров.
6 лет.
22 дня, 4 часа.
Браток. Рад видеть вас обоих. Тебя тоже.
Что вы добились в этой камере?
Это только верхушка айсберга. All stations, this is your commander, Vladimir Makarov. Call sign Tsar 90 actual. I have the con. Move to phase 3. Out. On me.
When they made it back to a secure location, Makarov announced his plans and chose a new second-in-command.
We stand reunited! For your efforts in my absence and our success today, I offer you praise. И наказание. Иван, из-за того, что ты отверг мой план, мы потеряли драгоценное время. Время решает все.
Командир, я принял правильное решение.
Каждый несет ответственности за свои ошибки. Андрей, ты доказал свою преданность. Теперь ты моя правая рука.
Спасибо, командир.
My fellow warriors, I wasn't here, but I was always with you. Since then, our enemies have grown stronger. The ULF has stolen back control of Urzikstan. The time has come for us to show them the meaning of true power. This is a battle of perception. A lie flies while the truth only grows. If you control what people believe, you control the world. This is our weapon. And we will use it as a tool of war to restore glory to Russia. The real Russia!
And this would show how ruthless Makarov truly was. A day after his escape, Makarov would hijack a plane in Russia, and he would plant a bomb vest on a passenger named Samara Jalal, an ex-member of the ULF and a close friend of Farah Karim.
Hello, Samara. You exceeded my expectations today.
What do you think you are?
This is about who you are, Samara.
What is this?
History.
Get this off me, you fucking son of a bitch!
Shh. You will be a hero for what you're doing here, Samara.
No one will believe you. I am not a terrorist.
No. You're a citizen soldier inspired by Farah Karim to fight Russia. You're a freedom fighter.
You're Russian. This plane is full of Russians. How could you kill your own people?
No, I'm not killing them.
Makarov planned to blame the plane hijacking and the death of the Russian people on the ULF in hopes of starting a global conflict between the Russian government and Urzikstan. Makarov would also plan to launch missiles stolen from the ULF, which would be equipped with chemical gas, and he would also look to pin this on Farah and her liberation forces. A few days later, Makarov would capture a member of the Shadow Company and torture him for intel in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Нам надо немедленно проработать информацию, полученную от пленного. Поручите это мне.
Нет, ты мне нужен здесь. Дивиде et Impera. Раз они нашли Милену, они могут найти и нас.
А вы думаете, им что-то еще известно?
Что еще известно, я безвреден.
Если они придут, то мы их встретим.
Я хочу, чтобы все знали, что мы ни перед кем не остановимся. Мужчины они, женщины или дети. Ясно?
Предельно ясно.
Если разведданные от нашего друга Shadow подтвердятся, ты первая.
It is unknown what the Shadow revealed, however, it is believed that he gave up the location of General Herschel Shepard, who Makarov instructed be kidnapped. Makarov would be successful in the capture of the general, who would be transported to an abandoned prison. However, Makarov would be told that Task Force 141 intercepted the Konni group and would take General Shepard back. And he would also be informed that Andrei Nolan was captured by Price in an attack from Task Force 141. Makarov was angry and began to move ahead with his next plan, the bombing of a train system in London that connected to other cities in Europe. Makarov would hire a hacker to upload a virus into the train system that would give him full control of the trains. He would head into the train tunnels with members of the Konni group and would plant a bomb inside of the tunnels. Makarov would be informed that Price and Task Force 141 were on his heels, and they were en route to them. Makarov would order his men to wait for them in an ambush attempt, and when Price and Soap reached the bomb, they began to disarm it, and Makarov pounced at the opportunity, shooting Soap and delivering a message to Captain Price.
Зацепил!
Take this to hell with you, Captain. Never bury your enemies alive.
With this, we conclude the story of Vladimir Makarov so far. I have a feeling that there is so much more to Makarov than what we know, and there may even be a connection or a reference to him in the ending of this year's Call of Duty Black Ops game. I think eventually we are going to connect what we've seen in the Black Ops games with what we are seeing with the current Modern Warfare series, and I think that Vladimir Makarov may have a lot to do with it. But this has been the early life and the career of ultranationalist Vladimir Makarov.